Information Processing, Encoding by Jackie Alston, Sarah O'Donnell, and Christina Sparrow. Automatic encoding. Parallel processing is doing many things at once, so automatically processing is done without any conscious effort. Space, to encode a place on a page that you are studying, able to recall its location later. Time is creating sequences in your daily routine, gives you ability to retrace your steps if you lost something. Frequency, keeping track of how many times things happen in a day, able to realize this is the third time I've run into her today. And well-learned info is easily registered meaning of words. Effortful encoding. You need effort and attention to be able to do this. It's durable and accessible memories. Rehearsal is needed. It's conscious repetition, so the amount of remember depends on the time spent learning. Spacing effect, we retain information better when it's distributed over time. So like Miss Riley was saying, if you study over a course of 4 days before a test rather than just cramming the night before, you will remember better. The testing effect. So testing is a powerful means of improving learning, not just assessing it. Space study and self-assessment beat cramming, which is basically just what I said. The serial position effect is the tendency to recall best the first and the last items in a list. So this is our activity I'm going to show you in the next slide. I'm going to flash 8 words on the screen, and you have 10 seconds to remember them as best as you can. This is going to be a test of the serial position. Visual encoding, encoding of picture images. Imagery is mental pictures. Visual images enhance our memory. Mnemonic devices are memory aids. They use vivid imagery and organizational devices to memorize them. Example would be Roy G. Biv. The following video is an example of me walking around the school, visually encoding pictures that are on the
Just for photography?
Mm-hmm.
Acoustic encoding is the encoding of sounds, especially the sounds of words, enhanced with rhyming. So the following video is an example of Christine sitting in Mr. Wonderland's classroom, and she's acoustically encoding his instructions on the assignment that he was giving.
3 things. You need to come up with your main arguments and find evidence to support those. You need to choose who's going to be arguing each of your positions. The opening statements, the refutation in the middle of the open discussion, and then the closing statements. Alright? You're working with your sides to do that. At 11:40, we'll come back together and we'll actually start the debate in the opening statements. Cool?
Semantic encoding is the encoding of meaning, including the meaning of words. So the following example is a video of Sarah encoding the book. So while she's reading, she's semantically encoding.
What are you listening to? Oh, the boy. Flip through or something.
We remember things better when they have a meaningful sequence. The amount remembered depends on the amount of time spent learning and on your making it meaningful. 2 codes are better than 1. So if you are visualizing something and hearing it, you're more likely to encode it and remember it better than any other times. So the following example is a video of Rifa encoding semantically, acoustically, and visually. a video of the crash course on
virus that ravaged his central nervous system. Since then, he's been unable to remember almost any of his past or memories. His wife is the only person he recognizes, but he can never recall the last time he saw her. This may be the most profound case of extreme and chronic amnesia ever recorded. Our memory helps make us who we are, whether recognizing loved ones, recalling past joys, or just remembering how to walk, talk, and fry an egg.
Chunking is organizing terms into familiar, manageable units, often occurs automatically. We all remember information best when we can organize it into personal, meaningful arrangements. Example, Regibiv and Holmes, which stands for Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior, the Great Lakes. Hierarchies are broad concepts divided and subdivided into narrow concepts and facts. Example, taking notes in an outline form, and it helps us retrieve information efficiently. Another activity that we are going to do is I'm going to put a series of letters on the board, and you're going to have to try to chunk them in order to remember them. You will have 10 seconds again for this activity.